Hey everybody, this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine, aka Vulcan Wolverine 2. It is Tuesday night. It's about, what time is it? It's like 9:30, I think, or like 9:15 or something. And I just don't want, I just woke up a couple hours. Oh, look, one light, big white truck that's really taking care. I don't know if y'all saw that. I'll flip around the camera in a second. I woke up like an hour ago. So my nervous system is just severely blown out. My brain is just feels basted in microwaves. I wasn't gonna do, I don't know. My channel's probably not gonna turn into a lot of these with me just driving around, cause my main problem, gang stalking sucks, and it's always kind of been there with me, but it's kind of gotten toned down. So y'all know that my main problem is the severe microwave torture, the remote neural manipulation. Even more than the external hits now is just severe stimulation of my nervous system, my vagus nerve by remote neural manipulation. Hey PA, I've got to call you, man. I sent you my number. I gotta call you, man. I'm gonna call you, maybe after this. I'll give you a call. But I just didn't want to hang around in my condo tonight. I'm just getting so tired of it. I'm stuck in a rut. Hey, Healthy Living, I know you guys probably understand, but I just feel real stuck in a rut. And it's like I wake up, I walk my dog, I'm getting torn up. Hey, Future Knowledge. Hey, Native. How are you guys doing? I was thinking I might go to Walmart and just kind of walk around. It's weird, I kind of have a theory, guys. It's not 100% concrete, and a lot of you may say duh, we already knew that. But for me, it's like yesterday when I came out and I videotaped, my vehicular stalking. It seemed like it got instantaneously a whole lot worse. And it's like it was really noticeable. So I kind of think, this isn't 100% concrete, and a lot of you may be like, yeah, that's obvious, we know that's how it works. But I wasn't sure. I don't know how DHS Fusion Center communicates with the people who are microwaving us, who are remote neural monitoring and remote neural manipulating us. But it's like it was instantaneous. When I started filming it, it took maybe 30 minutes or something for the vehicular stalking to really ramp up. So I really think that there is, a very easy node of communication between the people who torture us with microwaves and then DHS Fusion Centers, who control the vehicular stalking in the street theater. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera around here. I'll pay attention to driving. I'm really messed up from the torture. Let me see. Is that my camera? I think I'm gonna head to Walmart. Just kind of walk around. So I just don't want to. Oh man, that sucks. My camera's all blurry in the front. I'm just getting so bored. While I'm being murdered in my condo. And I really didn't want to go home, and I was just gonna drive around, but I was like, well, if I'm gonna drive around, I might as well be doing a live stream, right? Getting some of it on tape. And I'll read some of you guys' chats. How are y'all doing? Here's a light change right here, but my camera's all messed up, and everything is streaky. Is that just the way it is at night? Is that just the way my camera's showing it? Hold on, guys. Let's see if I can wipe that off of my shirt. Yeah, but I'm not doing too good. My spine just feels cooked. Oh, did you see how long that light lasted? Did y'all see how long that light lasted? Whenever they do a light change, the light lasts 5 seconds. Whenever it's a real light change lasts 15 to 20 seconds. That's incredible. I kind of feel like with videotaping, because I used to do a lot of videos. I don't know if some of you guys have been watching my videos for a while. This is kind of all that I did for a while, was just come out and videotape my vehicular stalking. And then I've been doing some more organized videos and more. Hey, Naven Roper says, "I'm sorry, Kyle. I'll pray for you, friend." Yeah, I'm praying for you guys too. I mean, it's like, it's really bad right when I wake up. I don't know, do you guys experience this? For like the first 2 hours after I wake up, I feel like my brain doesn't work. I'm really depressed and anxious, and my body just feels like filleted with microwaves. And then it's like, as I stay awake, look, see, you see, and it's this conditioning thing too with these lights, because I'll roll up to a light that's green, and I'll want to stop at it because they're all stopped for me. Yet Naven Roper says, "Pray for all TIs." Yes, we've just got to severely pray and hope for miracles. And there's a lot of good stuff coming down the pike, you know, with the rally, and I think some doctors are going to eventually help us. I think that's coming up. But dude, it's just like we're sitting here all the time. I'm getting in this rut. Like, I mean, and here's a light change right when I'm rolling up. Like, I mean, I have some video games and stuff, and I can kind of get my mind off of it, but it just, after years of waking up in that condo and being tortured, it's like, I gotta do something different. Nobody says, just stopping by real fast. Okay, nobody. Thanks, man. Hey, Emily Graham. Hey, Eric. Eric says, "I believe they were getting my wife's hip." Oh, man. Okay, Healthy Living says, "Me too, Kyle. Head hurts on the right side, and I feel groggy." Yeah, I feel really groggy. And like, one of the worst things, and I mean, I try and cover it up. You know, I used to be able to just, whatever I would think of during the week, I'd come up with ideas and just, you know, things that, just, I don't know, trying to think of inspiring things, or, you know, connecting things, and just good ideas about what we can do. And now it's like, if I think of something, I have to write it down, or I will literally forget it. Hey, Autumn, how you doing tonight? Is it nighttime for you? Is it nighttime, or is it like in the daytime? Hey, T.I. Ron. Love your videos, man. Big ups to Dr. Horton on Lighthouse interview. If no one has seen it, check it out. Yeah, Ron, I was telling everybody to watch that on my last live stream. You make some great videos too, Ron. I know you get really bad V2K. And so, Ron, I don't know if you've been watching my videos recently, but Dr. Michael Hoffer saw a TI with really bad V2K. And he said that a noise-canceling hearing aid could really affect it. So I've ordered that. I don't even have the money to do it. Like, I live on, Social Security disability. And so it was like, I think they ended up being $80. And so I'm going to have to, like, eat ramen noodles for a while. But I've ordered it. So I should be getting the noise-canceling hearing aid this, I think Wednesday. So I think either tomorrow or Thursday. And I'm just gonna get them, and then I'm just gonna do a video. Like, I'm just gonna do a live stream and just put the noise canceling hearing aids in, and we'll just see if they work right away. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to try it for a while, because my attacker, yeah, Future Knowledge says, "I hope it works for you, Kyle." Yeah, I do too. I think that would be a huge relief, because the psychic driving is so bad. Like, S. Roble, Stacy talks about it too. It's where, and this has been going on so long with me, that it feels like I can't shut my mind off. Like, there's no solitude, there's no peace of the mind, and so my mind's always running. It's always going, and Stacy talks about that too. It's just, I know it's weird, like, it's not comforting to see her suffer, but it was comforting to see somebody else who, like, had the same kind of things going on. It's really not comforting you know, to see what she's going through. It like makes me tense up whenever, and this isn't a sexist thing, guys. I really do care about male TIs too, right? Because I'm a guy and I'm a TI, so I know we go through a lot of pain. But when I watch women who are going through this, I tense up, and I'm just like, and I start pacing around my condo because this is insane. This is insane. Like, I want to fix it. I want to fix it when somebody's being raped and murdered and tortured, and like I can't. You know, I try and get out, you know, good defenses and things like that, but I just feel like helpless to help people. You know, it was like it's such a bizarre dichotomous thing, you know, because I was like watching Stacy's videos, and I'm like, oh man, she's experiencing the same thing as me. Oh, I don't, you know, and when I see anybody going through kind of similar stuff, you know, I feel like not so alone. But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh look, light change. I'm just gonna go through it. But on the other hand, it's like my stomach just starts cramping, and I'm like, I gotta like, why are these women are being raped? You know, men are being raped too, but what is going on? Why are people just doing nothing? And I know that it's like a lot of people, you know, a lot of targeted individuals are fighting this, and there's some non-TIs kind of helping us out, but like, this is a thing where authorities should really, I mean, but that's the thing, right? Authorities are doing it. It's just so bad. It's just so bad and so heavy all the time. Heavy is the word I would use for all this all the time. And it's not a way that you can maintain like a healthy life. It's unbalanced. Everything is this dark, satanic, tragic thing, you know. And it really pisses me off. It really kind of hurts my sense of humor. You know, I'm sure it does that to you guys too. It just makes everything feel heavy. You know. T.I. Ron says, I'm in Dundalk. Yeah, dude, Ron, keep making videos, man. Keep talking about it. I mean, that's what Robert Duncan says to do. Nobody says, you're a gentleman, Kyle. Hey, y'all's chats disappear too quick. Nathan Roper says, thanks for caring about us, Kyle. In future, we care about you too. Yeah, thanks, guys. It's just like, I wish I could do more. I think we all have that feeling. It's like, you know, making these videos, it's doing something, right? It's getting the word out, but it's just like, it's not enough. We've got to get the murder and the rape to stop, and everybody just pretending like it's not happening in our society or participating. It's just, after years and years of it, at the beginning I could kind of like laugh it off, and I'm like, oh, people are just stupid jerks, and you know, they'll figure this out soon. But then after years and years, I'm like, really? I mean, is humanity really this dumb? You know, because, I mean, I think the people who are in control of some of the technology, I mean, they're doing worse stuff. They're doing worse stuff than this targeting. And they plan on, you know, killing off a lot more people. Now, let's go in Walmart, guys. Let's go look at some stuff. Maybe I'll get a poster. I hate that poster, well, I kind of like that Batman poster. I wanted to get a, kind of want to get a Deadpool poster. I like Deadpool a lot. I have a Deadpool poster in my bathroom, but I didn't really want to switch it out. Yeah, I'll maybe go look at some posters. Maybe I'll ask somebody if they know about targeting. We'll just go up to some random people. But I don't like the gang stalking, like, especially like if I go into Walmart or something, unless I'm just not noticing it, it hasn't been that bad, you know. Future Knowledge says, I lived in Shreveport when I was a kid. Yeah, Shreveport's really close to me. Hey, the Drunk Ninja. How you doing, man? Oh, I hope my battery doesn't run down. My attackers are probably going to try and run down my battery. Yeah, Eric EXC says, I don't like lying to people. It weighs on your conscience. Yeah, I've never ever lied in my life. It's always been so important, because on an instinctual level, I realize how important the truth is, and how important that people, like, you know what's going on. Like when I was a kid, have y'all had this happen? Like when I was a kid, well, have you experienced this, I guess? When I was a kid, I'd watch these sitcoms where you know, one person wouldn't know what's going on, and it creates this wacky situation, and it would drive me crazy that like there was a misunderstanding. But at the end of the sitcom, it'd all be worked out, you know. And it's like this targeting, it's on a way more extreme level, but it's like people don't understand what's happening to each other. People are participating in murder and not understanding they're participating in murder. And it's just this really unhealthy thing, you know, on this big time on the surface, but also underneath the surface, it creates a bigger sickness and illness. I have experienced though, like I was a very precocious child. Like I would just kind of talk about anything, and that's helped me with this because it's just happening and I have to talk about it. But as I've gone through it, I'm conditioned to be more self-conscious about it because people think it's so crazy. So it's weird. At the beginning, it was easier to talk about this stuff for me. And this guy's doing carts. He's not a gang stalker. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside and get a poster or something. We'll see if they send in any gang stalkers. I'm sure a lot of you guys get stalked at Walmart. It was really weird. You know, the Vuses that I smoke, my electronic cigarettes, they're getting really expensive. So I was gonna switch over to Juul, right? Like I actually got a Juul thing and then some refills yesterday, and then I saw Michael Barton's video. Where he was saying that he tested them, and they actually tested positive for like methamphetamines and whatnot. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just, you know, just getting Juuls. Am I gonna get drugged up or something? Yeah, Eric EXE says our creator knows everything about us. It's true, man. That's our hope. Our hope is in our creator. And we're creative beings, so, I mean, that's our way out of it. Our way out of it is to be as creative as possible. You know, I don't know, we were talking about it, maybe it was Cyber. And also, go check out her video, Cyber 9. She had to start a new channel. But, you know, we were talking about a revolution. And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, you know, all this is born from violence. And, you know, Einstein says you can't ever fix a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. So I was thinking we've got to be really creative and also really nonviolent. I'm going to go over to the poster section. I don't usually come to this Walmart. I go to a Walmart down my street. But I think the other Walmart's closed right now. Yeah, Autumn says yes, Cyber 9 channel. Yeah, she makes some great videos, and she's going through some severe remote neural manipulation and torture. I know it sounds like, how could a CD, you know, help me with that stuff with psychotronic weapons, but you know, please, everybody who's experienced that you know, nervous system attacks and psychological warfare with the weapons, you know, please get Dave Case's CD. Might get some food too. Ended up getting Wendy's yesterday, but I haven't been eating at all. Like I ate like 2 bites of the hamburger, and I'm just so agitated and anxious, I can't even eat. Hey man, can I ask you a question from IRL? Have you ever heard of targeted individuals at all? Have you even heard that term?
Targeted people?
Yeah.
Like, targeted as in like, I mean I have, yes I have.
So you've heard of that term?
Yes.
But you've never like met a targeted individual or anything like that?
Targeted individual?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What do you think about it?
Like, targeted, okay. Say, I don't mean to bring up the race car, but say a store becomes robbed, and 3 black teenagers walking past it. They're targeted by the police because they just, you know, they're gonna come into it asking what happened.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about something a little bit different. It's like individual.
That's why I didn't want to bring that up.
I just wanted to ask you, but thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think I might start doing that. You know, just coming out, just seeing what people, like how much people know in the public. And that's what the rallies are gonna do too. I don't know, I don't really like just going up to random people. It makes me very uncomfortable. I might get a Lita. Let's go check out the posters. I guess I better get comfortable with it though. You know, just going up to random people. I'm pretty lucky though with the gang stalking. Like I get severely attacked with the weapons, but like when I go into stores and stuff, I'm so oblivious. I just, you know, ignore it. So I think they just haven't put a lot of resources into that. Let's see what kind of posters they got. And they got poster frames too. Let's see. There's a cool Avengers poster. Future said, okay. There's a Mr. Rogers poster. Did y'all see that new movie coming out? The Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie. How ironic is that, right? All the things that Tom Hanks has been accused of, and then he's playing Tom Hanks in a movie. I'm not seeing anything I like. I've never even seen Stranger Things. I hear it's like really good. It's kind of about MK Ultra and stuff. I guess I could get an Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I don't really like posters like that. I'm gonna get something a little bit different. Kind of cool. Let's go ask somebody else. I don't know. Michael Barden has some big brass ones. So I just don't like going up to people. It feels like kicking a hornet's nest, you know. Like that's what it felt like yesterday when I was, you know, videotaping vehicular stalking. It's like, cause mine's really leveled out. It's like I'm just being smashed by the weapons. It feels like when I get stuff on tape or mess with it, you know, I'm kicking a hornet's nest, but it's like, what else? I'm just gonna sit there and be microwaved to death. I wanna show a little bit of concrete proof. You know, the gang stalking. Eric EXD says, Kyle, you and all other TIs should watch Mr. Alex Jones. He exposes pretty much everything. Seems to be the smartest guy on the planet. Yeah. I think he introduces people to certain topics, but I think that he, you know, some topics are very off limits to him. You know, like he doesn't talk about Zionism a lot. And then he kind of touches on targeted individuals, but he doesn't go like headlong into it. And so he's kind of trying to be a little bit acceptable mainstream, you know. I don't know. Alex Jones is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking for it's on the same model as the
See, I don't seem to be getting any like gang stalking here. If I do, I don't notice it. I just don't think they waste those kind of resources on me at this point. But man, my spine hurts so bad. Let's find another person who's just like looking around for stuff. Oh, a hula hoop. Could get a hula hoop. Kind of drinking an energy drink. Trying to get my energy up so I can frickin' sit in my condo all night. Be slammed by microwaves. At least I am I'm playing this cool video game called Horizon. And like has these big sprawling landscapes that you kind of run around in. So it makes me feel like I'm kind of moving when I'm not. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? Guess I'm not gonna hula hoop in here. Let's go ask somebody else real quick. Let's see what they have to say. Hey, man, can I ask you a question? Have you ever heard of targeted individuals?
Targeted individuals?
Have you ever heard that term? You never heard that term?
I mean, it sounds like one of those terms where it's like I feel like I haven't heard it like used in like conversation, but it would make sense. Like I'm pretty sure like you would probably call it like something else. Like you're the first time I've heard like.
Have you ever heard of non-consensual human experimentation with directed energy weapons?
What?
Like non-consensual experimentation with advanced weapons from the government? I guess that sounds pretty crazy, huh?
I've heard many, conspiracy theories in my time. So again, like.
Okay, well, I was just asking. I appreciate it, man.
I mean, Nick, I'm not gonna judge. 'Cause like I said, like. Cause I've heard a lot of things, like Walt Disney being frozen. Like,
Oh, yeah.
51.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, even if I don't fully believe it myself, I think it's kind of fun, at least for me, to think like. I mean.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of like really, really left field conspiracy theories, and they mix in with some real things that are happening in society.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of them do sound like. That actually does sound like it could be realistic.
Yeah. Well, dude, cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just doing an IRL stream and kind of talking to people, seeing what they know, Hey, thanks, man. Seems like people, it's not like a common topic in public. I need to get more comfortable with this so I can just go out on the street and ask people. I don't really want to show their faces, though. It's just something to do. Get some Dove bath and body wash. All right, let's go ask one more person. I guess I should be telling them about it, right? I don't know. It kind of seems like I just want to know if they've heard about it. And, I don't know. I can't really explain it very well right now. I'm pretty ripped up, guys. You gotta really, like, when you're explaining this to people, there's a certain kind of terminology that sounds really, like, really good. But then if you explain it in a certain way, like I just did, I was like, oh, have you heard of non-consensual experimentation with directed energy weapons? Then it's like, whoa, what? It gets, too complicated for people too fast. Maybe I can get a new shirt. Shazam was pretty good. Thought it was really good computer animation. And I liked it how, like, I don't want to, spoiler alert, like, all the kids at the end became superheroes, and that was kind of cool. It was like this huge team at the end. All right, let's go find one more person. See, I can't tell if anybody, like, I'm not getting any gang stalking at all. This is how it's been for a while, like in stores and stuff, because I completely ignore people. So I guess I need to feel blessed for that, I'm blessed that I don't get, like, stalked in every store I go to anymore. I did, like, the first couple of years. It's a hopeful thing, if targeted individuals are getting gang stalked, but it tapered off for me. But you really have to neutralize it, really not pay attention to it, and then they kind of just keep the vehicular stalking going at a certain level. Oh, he has his headphones in. I was gonna ask him. like asking the people that work here. But you know, that the thing is, like, they wouldn't be using terms like targeted individual. You know, if somebody at Walmart was doing, you know, DHS Fusion Center patrolling, what we call stalking, you know, they would just call it, like surveillance of like persons of interest. They wouldn't really, I don't think they would, I guess maybe they'd know the term targeted individual. Let's go ask somebody in the, well, it looks like they're closing up the meat section. Yogi says, don't ask them if they know, tell them about it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be very good at that right now though, Yogi. Because my brain just feels charbroiled. Like when I was telling that guy, and I don't know. And I go up to random people I don't know, it's like, oh, do you know about this weird topic that's murdering me and my family? Tabitha Jenny says, they won't turn weapons on several people, too obvious. The Drunk Ninja says, how are we going to get... I'm in Walmart, Jean-Marie. Line, okay, let's see. Drunk Ninja says, how are we going to get to the bottom of this V2K thing? It feels like climbing up a mountain. Yeah, but it feels like pushing a big rock. Or, no, this is a metaphor, guys. Check this metaphor out. It's like when you're trying to start a fire with flint. I've never done that before, but it seems really hard. We're trying to spark up a fire using flint. But the problem is we don't have really dry hay and wood. Like the wood and the hay are all wet and moldy. So it's like we got to sit there and try and create this spark to create a flame of awareness, right? But it's like it's really hard for us to get it going because it keeps like kind of lighting up a little bit, but then it goes out. Keeps like, you know, like the Cuban embassy attacks, the China consulate, people kind of become aware of it, but then it's like poof, you know, gone. So, you know, my thing with that metaphor is, you know, use a flamethrower. So we got to build better, you know, go to the rallies, get doctors to help, you know, do a lot of stuff like that. So they're having a little meeting or something. Probably shift change. All right, let's find one more person, then I'm gonna maybe go drive around a little bit. I don't want to find somebody that works here. She has her headphones in. I don't know, I kind of got to feel better to do this. Like I just woke up and my brain's all microwaved and I'm like going up to, hey, do you know about targeted individuals? It's probably just how I feel though. I probably don't look that crazy. Probably don't look as crazy as I feel, right? Tabitha Jenny says, how are you filming this? Just with with my iPhone. Let's ask this lady. She doesn't seem like she's doing anything. Hey, ma'am. Ma'am. Ooh. You gotta go. Okay, I was just gonna ask you a question for my live stream, but don't. I was just gonna ask you if you've ever heard the term targeted individual. targeted individual? Never heard that? Okay, I'm just finding out, like, if people know the term.
Is it supposed to be something new?
Well, yeah, it's actually in society. I keep walking into this thing. It's actually people in society who are actually targeted by programs like gang stalking programs, surveillance programs, but they're actually at the same time being hit with microwave weapons. So it's like this crazy thing that's happening in all countries, but people don't know about it. So I'm just asking people if they know about it from my live stream. Okay. Okay, thank you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, that short explanation that I gave to her, what would y'all rate me? See, it's just too, it's like you cannot sit there and just say it in a sentence or 2 sentences. In sound, it's like too many angles on it. But that's why I'm gonna practice. That's a good, I heard that wasn't that great. Heard Hellboy wasn't that good. But we definitely do, like, Targeted America was on Mola D, and they were saying how we really do got to go mainstream. It's like that's what everybody's pushing to do now. Can I go at this? So that it's because even though we're getting information out on YouTube, it's a lot of targeted individuals that come to the channels. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with talking to people right now. Not very good at just going up to random people. Feel really self-conscious, like, hey, have you heard of targeted individuals? Yeah, it's people being murdered. It's people being murdered in our communities. They're being tortured and surveilled and harassed. Oh, you haven't heard about? Okay. It's kind of weird. But then again, right? All of this is very bizarre and the weirdest thing. I think that girl thought that I was talking about her being weird because she didn't know I was streaming. Let's just go up to random people in the parking lot. Hey, have you heard about targeted individuals? Nathan Roper says, tell them you are just trying to spread awareness. Yeah, I'll do it better. This is just like on the fly. Just not wanting to go back to my condo and be tortured. I'm pretty lucky though in that respect. I mean, I get hardcore directed energy weapon torture, like so severe, man. It just, like, I wanted to go to the hospital tonight. Like, I woke up and I was like, I just need to go to the hospital, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try and wait on the on Dr. Michael Hoffer. And I don't, that's the thing, like, I know that some people say don't ignore this. Like, definitely let's not ignore the program, right? But like, I've made it like an art of ignoring people and ignoring gang stalking so that they use it less on me. So I've been kind of blessed with that. Yeah, Yogi says hospital won't help TIs. Yeah, that's definitely true. I definitely got to practice that, guys. I'm really, really nervous right now. Like, my nervous system is all messed up. So, like, I'd start talking to people and I start shaking because it's just an uncomfortable topic, you know, to bring up to somebody like a stranger. And my body's just being so racked with remote neural manipulation. It's like stimulation of my nervous system, where it feels like up my spine to my head, all the way in my legs. It's like this crushing pain from stimulation from remote neural manipulation. I'm trying to think though, like, I was like, you know, because my vehicular stalking kind of went up yesterday from filming it, and I'm like, you know, do I even want to do that? Do I want to kick a hornet's nest and make my vehicular stalking worse when it's leveled out? But then I'm like, well, dude, I'm sitting in my condo dying from this anyway. You know, why not go ahead and kick up a hornet's nest? and just go balls to the wall, right? I'm just sitting there, and my murder is boring. At least let's, try and make my torture and murder entertaining, not to entertain people, but so that people will pay attention, Lion and Lamb says, hey, I gotta figure out how to get chat so it stays up longer. Tap the Jennings says, in your condo, do you expense, I think you were trying to say buzzing. Yeah, the high-pitched sound. I get the high-pitched sound, and then a lot of pain to my back, in my neck, in my jaw. But I think that's stimulation of the vagus nerve. And then, if I say it, they're probably gonna do it. Sometimes they give me external hits, but it seems like from like a year ago, the external hits are a lot better. It seems like they're doing a lot of remote neural manipulation and pain like that. So either the grounding is helping the external hits a lot, or my body is just getting so used to it that I'm like getting hurt by the external hits and don't know it. At a certain point, it gets kind of hard to tell because you're going through this stuff so long. Hey, iFlack. Where y'all want me to go now? Deb K says, I ignore them and never say anything to them except when Marbles drives my house with this big bad red truck. Naven Roper says, maybe tell them that this is happening to more and more people. Oh man, and it disappeared. It's happening to more and more people, and anyone could be susceptible to it. I don't know if they'd find that personally threatening or not. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the whole thing with this. People don't want to believe it. And it's like, so I'm sitting, you're sitting there talking to a lady who doesn't know about the topic, right? Like, say that lady that I talked to at the end, and you're like, oh yeah, it's people being tortured and surveilled, like, in our communities. And like, the instinct of a person is that they don't want to even know about that. They don't want to believe it's happening. So people can believe a lot of strange things as long as it's not dangerous. Y'all see that one light car right there? I don't know. I mean, people are learning about this. It's definitely not a good time for me to just go talk to random people about it, because I'm really, really anxious from the other sheriff car right in front of me. I know, but I'll tell you guys right now, like, I'm kicking a hornet's nest, because when I go out and I don't pay attention to anything, it's like it stays at a holding pattern. My gang stalking stays at a holding pattern. But I'll tell you what, going into that Walmart and filming stuff, I may actually start getting gang stalked in stores more. But it's like at a certain point, I don't care. It's like I want to see how the program reacts, It's like I want to poke it with a stick, because the worst thing to me, like the gang stalking, and I know it sucks. Like, I know that it sucks. I know that it's a horrible injustice, but if I could get rid of the directed energy weapon torture and murder, and I could go to my house where gang stalkers couldn't do anything to me, it's really not that big of a deal to me. Still needs to be stopped, but compared to being hit with remote microwaves, it's really, it kind of helps to do that, guys. If you are being hit with directed, so iFlack says, Future Knowledge, I've watched your vids as well. Yeah, Future Knowledge has great videos, guys. Check out his channel. But if you compare the microwave torture to like some people doing weird stuff around you or having one light vehicles, it's a joke. Not comparable. So Eric EXD, I saw the first line. I guess the setting on my chat is like where everything disappears really fast. John Marie Bizot says, I call Richie from Boston my little brother. Yeah, he's doing great. His channel is really doing good. It's just like John Marie, does he have videos like specifically about targeting, about non-consensual experimentation with directed energy? Because like I watch a lot of his videos, and look, there's sheriff's car right by me. I waved at him. I wonder if he'll arrest me. Yeah, see, this is what I'm doing. I'm kicking up a hornet's nest because I'm a targeted individual, and I'm going, like, if you act normal and you ignore it, they can't justify putting people in your space. Like, probably they do strategically, but going into that Walmart with the camera, even though I wasn't getting gang stalked in there, it's relayed by my team that's microwaving me that there's suspicious activity. Like me filming in a Walmart, they can go, that's suspicious activity from a person of interest. I honestly think, and you know, I'm not criticizing Michael Barden or any targeted individuals that film this, but I do want to say, like, I think it's ballsy, and we've got to get the word out. But I'm saying it does kick up a hornet's nest. It keeps it stirred up. If you go out and, like, I'm seriously not saying not to film. I'm just saying this is what happens. You go out and you film stuff, and that is a suspicious activity if you're on the list with DHS fusion centers. So, like, I'm not saying not to do it. Like, we've all got to film this stuff. We've all got to talk about it. But did you see that? That sheriff's car was, like, following me down the street and came up beside me, probably because of that activity in Walmart. Because it's not just a normal person videotaping. It's somebody on a list with DHS Fusion Center filming stuff, and that's on the list of suspicious activities. That's on it, right? But that's what I'm telling you. I don't care. Like, I'm being so murdered at this point. I kind of want to kick up the hornet's nest. At least maybe my gang stalking will get, you know, maybe apparent in stores, and I can just film it. I don't know. You know, it's like I'm so bored and being murdered. I really don't. Yogi says those cars have twos. Yeah, Yogi. A long time ago, like at the beginning, when I first found out I was targeted and there's a light change rolling up to it, I was running down the street, like I brought Pepper out, and we went for a run, and there was a K9 unit, a sheriff's department K9 unit car, and it was like parked in the middle of this four-way street. And my calf started to buckle. Like, my calf started to buckle and burn, and like I tripped because the dude in the K9 unit vehicle was actually using a ground weapon on me. Like, you know, most of my targeting now is remote. You know, it's from the grid they've got set up. But like at the beginning, I was getting, you know, and there's the light change right there. That's kind of fun. I got to get better at that. Just getting out there. Like, I've become like. At the beginning, it was so easy to talk about this with people because it's just happening. It's just happening, but you get conditioned by people's responses and people's ignoring it or people getting involved in it. And it's just like, I hate talking to you know, strangers about this, but I want to do it anyway. I don't know. I'm in a holding pattern until I can go see Dr. Hoffer, these rallies and everything. But it's like making videos like this or trying some different things. It's better than nothing. You know, it's better than just sitting in the holding pattern, being murdered. You know, I kind of want to stir things up a little bit. Futuron says a lot of first responders are involved in this program. Yes, definitely. I got a bunch of EMS workers, firemen. Actually, when Red Cross came in, which was weird, Red Cross, the last flood that we had, not this last storm, but a flood a while back. I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe. I was still in that house that burned down, and Red Cross came in, and Red Cross was gang stalking me. Like, Red Cross was actually taking time out of their day with helping the flood victims to gang stalk me. So everybody gets involved with fusion centers. So yeah, Naven Roper says we have to change the Wikipedia electronic harassment page. Yeah, because it says that it's like a lot of people think that they are being hit with directed energy weapons, but this is mental illness and stuff like that. So, you know, whoever wrote the Wikipedia page was probably, you know, either working for DHS fusion centers or whatnot, or working for this program. Hey Charles, man. Yeah, Eric EXC says the ones are speaking up about this abuse and technology. So Tabitha Jennings says you can't live in fear. It's used against you. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't get much of the, like, street theater, or I don't notice it, because I'm not scared of that at all. You know, they're murdering me so bad, like they're hurting me so bad with the directed energy weapons that it's laughable. Like people doing things when I go to a restaurant, or and so like you know, a couple of years ago it's really toned down. The actual physical stalking, but the vehicular stalking is kind of kept at a certain level. But then it was weird yesterday, I started filming it, and then it really skyrocketed. I got a bunch of one-line cards. Yeah, Future Knowledge says, if they kill us, they can't torture us. LOL, yeah, that's true. I think we're gonna get out of this, dude. I mean, I'm 38, I'm about to hit 40. The way that I see this going is it's like really snowballing out with the rallies and things like that. The sad thing, this is the thing, I don't know, this is just a theory, so y'all take it with a grain of salt. I just think that these programs and the people running them are already planning to parachute out of this. They're already like, okay, well, this is gonna end, so they're setting it up. They're setting up people in the TI community to create a narrative that they want, and then, you know, because I hear so many TIs saying that it's just rogue criminals and stuff like that. Like it's just some gangsters or something that got their hands on these weapons. No, if it was that, you know, if it was that, then the police, the FBI, the CIA, all those organizations would be helping us. It's obviously the organizations that aren't helping us to fix this, you know. But there's there's certain narratives that are floating around that I see that they're trying to place people in the TI community to have a certain narrative, and then, you know, it'll come out, right? It'll come out that this happened, but they'll be able to say exactly who did it. They'll say, oh, a bunch of people stole these weapons and we didn't know about it, and we put a stop to it, you know. So the sad thing is, and I hope this doesn't happen, you know, I hope this doesn't happen, I hope I'm wrong, but I just think that the people doing this to us are gonna somehow come out of this looking like the fucking heroes. And the people who went through it are gonna still come out, well, I don't know, I guess people will know what we went through. Why don't they target murderers and mobsters, etc., iFlack asks, which is a good question. It's a very good question. They do experimentation with directed energy weapons on people in prison. They actually did it to Eileen Wiros. I don't know if that's the way you say her name, but that the lady, that movie called Monster, and she like killed a bunch of guys. Like she was a prostitute, but she would murder the guys, the Johns. She was saying that, like, on one of her last interviews, she was saying that they were shooting sonic weapons into her face. Like, and it was just like, it was creating that high-pitched ring in her ears. So I think they do a lot of experimentation on prisoners. They do a lot of experimentation on people in mental institutions. And then they're just experimenting on every section of the population in every country, because they're trying to get result. They're trying to see, like, what happens with this personality in this environment. What happens with this, you know, this different race of people or something like that, you know. So and what happens if, you know, in this is the sick thing, and that guy's running light is on. Oh, at night it picks it up better. Yeah, Autumn says, future knowledge, it's about money. Yeah. It's all about money, but at a higher level. You know, it's different. It means something different to layers that go higher up. So like my attackers who are microwaving me, what they're thinking, this is just what I theorize about them. I think they're Masonic, so they're kind of Luciferian. But they think, okay, well, we have to sacrifice this guy and his family. We have to practice with these weapons and these psyops, because it's going to somehow keep our country safe, and it's going to advance all these things so that Russia and China don't advance these things faster, and then overtake us with them, right? So they're saying, oh, well, it has to be done, you know, to keep our country safe. Now you go up higher in the pyramid, where it's like, the oligarchy knows that this is going on worldwide, and it becomes about, like, you know, stopping non-compliant people, anybody who's going to talk about corruption and stuff. about genocide, about kind of depopulating, and about getting this whole data spectrum of data across the world of all these different personalities and ages and things, their brains and their nervous systems, how they work, how to control them, what controls people, what makes them afraid, what gets them to do certain things, you know, so just different levels know different things, right? Yeah, Yogi says this is a modern day Inquisition. Yep, yeah. Yeah, Tabitha Jennings says you're worth millions. Yeah, we're owed millions. We're owed like millions and millions of dollars from the kind of like weapons that are gonna come out of our torture. And that guy has no lights on. Do they do that to you guys? Do they drive around with no lights on? That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Eric EXC says they want to roll out Neuralink. Yeah, the Neuralink thing. iFlack says, Vulcan Wolverine, you are so informative. Thank you, man. This is really just because I don't want to go back to my condo. Like, it's not that great. Like, guys, don't, like, you know, I'm not going to be doing this all the time. I will have some organized videos, but, you know, in there's going to be some me just maybe walking around or driving around, getting vehicular stalking. You know, and y'all also know this, you know, a lot of things that I say, I don't know everything, right? We have to get together and give all of our perspectives on this. Because, like, you know, when I'm being attacked a certain way, with a certain kind of protocol, so then I start researching that kind of protocol and that kind of angle, but there's so many different kind of protocols and so many different kinds of situations. I feel like my situation is pretty cookie cutter. Like, it's horrific and the murder's horrific, but it's like, for me, it was in a surgery, I got a non-consensual implant, and then it was like I got shoved into these different programs of just experimentation. So I feel like I have a pretty general protocol, even though it's horrific and like it's killing me. I feel like a lot of targeted individuals probably have this protocol that I'm going through, but I feel like there's a lot of one-offs. You know, there's a lot of situations where it would be kind of different. Could be somebody with a lot of money with weaponry who's like really obsessed with a woman who like doesn't really hurt them that much maybe, and it's all about like sexual control and stuff like that, or, you know, a lot of other different kind of situations. But mine is very, very institutionalized. It's, you know, DHS fusion centers, then a contractor that worked with Oshner's. It's very, very protocol. Like, they have a manager, they can't do certain things, they can do certain things. But then I talk to other TIs, and their attackers seem a little bit to have less rules, you know, to do things that, like, kill their pets and stuff like that. You know, it's like, I don't think my attackers are maybe allowed to kill my pet. I don't know, like, I don't know, right? That's a theory. But it seems like there are rules that my attackers play by. If we learn their rules, and then we beat them on that, we really understand how they're doing things, and then we kind of work around those, I think we'll do a lot better. But I just think that there are some situations where it's a lot more, this is really dangerous for me. Like, it's really hurting my body. But just, I've heard from so many TIs where it's like they nail their pets to the door and stuff like that, and it seems like there's, oh, that was a city police. Seems like there's less oversight. It seems like there's some kind of oversight with my torture, where they have these kind of limits. But it seems like certain contractors have maybe less oversight, where they really do like, you know, just murder targeted individuals. iFlex said my vet asked if he was poisoned. Yeah, I would definitely, one thing to kind of rule that out, iFlex, give your pet bottled water. Like, don't let them drink from the tap. See if that helps. 'Cause I feel like targeted individuals, they can filter toxins and stuff through our water system. And they might be doing that to your pet. They might have poisoned your pet. It's just so hard to know, like, because they go so far, right? I mean, they're murdering us and torturing us. It's hard to know how far they will go, and what is them, and what is maybe just, you know, normal illness. Healthy Living said, Russia called me on 6/11/19 but left no message. Somebody in Russia? Healthy Living? Waterfall says, my perpetrators told me they torture people for tap water. I filter mine. Yeah. Yeah, filter your water. Don't drink out of the tap. Like, I'm in Louisiana, so our tap water is, like, horrible. But I think everybody should do that. Eric EXE says, or uses people secretly for when they have sex. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Waterfall's videos. I've got to check her channel out. So everybody check out Waterfalls. No space, just Waterfalls. Also, yeah. Hey, Robert, are you there, man? Robert's in chat? Hey, man, I was telling people about your Magneto helmet the other day. I'm kind of like, that's one thing that I'm like, I can interfere with my direct transcranial stimulation, Dave Case's CD, the grounding, but I really do need blocking for my head because I'm just sleeping out in the open. Like, I'm sleeping out of the open, and my Faraday bunker helped with a lot of that. You know, I think they are doing external hits when I'm asleep, just to my head. Dr. Mary's Monkey, Healthy Living, listen to it on YouTube. Okay, Dr. Mary's oh, no, yeah. Dude, that's where I learned about Oshner's affiliation with the CIA. Because Dr. Mary is that woman who had this love affair with Lee Harvey Oswald, and she was working with Oshner. They were working to weaponize cancer to kill Castro, to assassinate Castro. So they were working on these fast-acting cancers, and they were also working on the monkey virus. Probably, I can't remember who left that message already, because my memory's so bad. They were working on I forgot what the virus is called, but it causes cancer later in life. And she's the one who was talking about Oshner's affiliation with the CIA, how Oshner was just working hand in hand with them in New Orleans to make these fast-acting cancers, experimenting on people in mental institutions, and just some people who didn't know they were experimenting on them. And that's where Oshner's where I had I had a PICC line put in and a surgery on a fistula when I was 12 years old. So Oshner is like working with all these contractors. That's why I feel like whatever contractor I got hooked up with was probably contracted out by the CIA. And it seems to be a lot of psychological torture. It seems to be a lot of psychic driving and a lot of like very, very sophisticated like V2K mixed with inner voice stuff, mixed with, you know, trying to really change my personality. Like really trying to like eradicate my brain and then put in what they want. It's very severe. Like, I know maybe I present myself well and stuff like that, but it's fucking severe. It's really severe. I'm not getting I'm not having a lot of gang stalking, so that's good. It's good. Just that sheriff following me out, though, that's kind of creepy. And I do think it's from filming in Walmart. I think if a normal person was just doing like an IRL stream that wasn't a targeted individual and just like going around doing some wacky antics, you know, they wouldn't be you know, stalked by the sheriff's department. Y'all got any requests for where y'all want me to go? Choose your own adventure type thing? Lion in the Lamb says, you need to cover your head when you sleep. I cover mine and they still get to me. Yeah, I do, Lion and Lamb, I do use less EMF headgear. I do use the less EMF headgear, and it does work. It does. It's like, because they send a stream, like a constant stream. That's something that also, like, Stacy talked about on her videos, where it's like, it's constant. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh, they're getting hit. It's like a machine gun or whatever. A machine gun electromagnetic pulse, but with me it's just a constant stream of energy going to my head in my vestibular system. I mean, I think a lot of targeted individuals get that. And I guess I explained it like that a long time ago, but I don't even remember. Like, I don't explain it as well as I did at the beginning, because my brain's so tired, and I'm so sick of it, you know? So I'm trying to, like, what I'm trying to do is, you know, find a way to keep talking about this, but find a different way, you know? Find some different things. And I know what I have to do, but I'm just so sick from the torture that it's hard to get everything together and really evolve my YouTube channel, or evolve, you know, my activism. It's very hard when you're being just whittled down by this stuff, like your brain's being so infiltrated with, you know, remote neural manipulation. I want to do a lot of stuff. Like, I know exactly, you know, what I need to do with my YouTube channel to make it get more subscribers and get the word out. I know exactly what I need to do, but it's just doing it. It's like having enough energy and having enough brain energy, right? Having enough, you know, having enough creative mental energy to get things done. And I just don't. It's like, I don't know. So that's why I'm hoping Michael Hoffer will. John Marie Bizot says the fast-acting cancer has been used many times. Yeah. And you know, when they were experimenting with it, like when Dr. Mary and I'm using up all my high-speed data. I didn't even think about that. When Dr. Mary, when they were doing those fast-acting cancer trials, they would use, you know, X-ray. They would use the electromagnetic spectrum to speed the cancers up. So they would inject this certain substance or the actual cancer, because cancer is a virus, or it can actually be in the form of a virus, is what she says. And then they would, like, use X-ray, things from the electromagnetic spectrum to make it act very fast. So you think about our society, you think about all these toxins that they're putting in chemtrails and everything else, in food and water, and then you think about microwave towers. Now microwave towers obviously are used to communicate, right? But they're sending out these we know as targeted individuals, we're getting hit with them directly. But you mix these toxins, right? Mix the toxins with you know, with the microwaves, with signals from the computer, from the iPhone, and it's a crazy, like, it seems like, did they really plan to cull the population like that? Very sophisticatedly, very sneaky, put it in people's iPhones, something they carry around all the time, computers, microwave towers around schools and, like, communities and shopping centers, and then it's all these toxins get in our body, and then it mixes with the microwave frequencies, and there you go, you got cancer. You got fast-acting cancers in the body. And I don't think the general public could ever admit that there's that sophisticated of a long-term plan to literally kill random people off. But that's what we're looking at. You know, and we're a more extreme case where we're getting directly targeted. You know, directly, viciously targeted. All right, guys, I didn't know. I'm using up my high-speed data, and me and my mom share high-speed data. Lion and Lamb says, shield your vital organ. Oh, Autumn says, shield your organs at night. Oh, yeah, I better be careful with this. Better be careful with trying to do this. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm using up all my high-speed data. I don't know. I'll probably get on it at home and do something more organized this week or weekend. And I got to talk to some people. Like, man, that Drunk Ninja says microwave tower to open the brain. Damn it. How do I just leave the chats on there? How do people read them so fast? Microwave tower to open the brain and a different signal to put the voice in your head. Well, no, I think the V2K is microwave hearing. I think it's all like, you know, I don't know about everybody's situation, but yeah, I do think that it's all like in one stream of energy. They put a lot of stuff in there. It's like, it's just digital data, basically. Like, it's digital, it's like microwave signals, but it's kind of like how a cell phone can do a bunch of different things. A bunch of different information can be sent to that cell phone through one stream of energy from a microwave tower. But I think it's like layers, integrated weapon systems. You know, integrated weapon systems where it's like certain streams of energy. I don't know. I don't want to get into that right now because my brain isn't working. All right, guys, I love y'all. I think I'm gonna head on back to the condo. Trying to survive tonight. I guess I should feel pretty blessed that I don't get, because I see Michael Bard and some people, they get really bad gang stalking. I don't really get bad gang stalking anymore. The vehicular stalking, it's like you can ignore it if you choose to. It's still bad. I mean, it's still bad that people do this, but hey, Native, I love you too. I love all you guys. You take care of yourself too. I'll talk to y'all soon. I really gotta call PA because we exchanged numbers. All right, yeah, Charles, man, I gotta talk to you too, dude. We gotta just get on some weekend and just you know, talk about what you want to talk about, you know. All right, y'all all take care. I'm gonna pay attention to my driving. I may do that some more though. Just, you know, go to certain places and ask people. But I'll do it better. That was a sad, pathetic attempt. I'm gonna blame the microwave torture though. I'm gonna blame the fact that I just woke up an hour ago and getting blasted by microwaves. Oh my God, yeah, Autumn, love you too. God bless y'all. God bless everybody. Let's just stay strong. Lots of good stuff coming up. But I'm just, you know, I'm in a holding pattern. I want to do something, like something every day, because it's so bad. Like it just feels like I can't live a balanced life just doing stuff because the microwave torture is so severe. Yeah, JT Born Again says 1940s death camps, 2020 death towers. Robert Stanton says check your messages on it last week. Okay, Robert. Yeah, and I told people about your helmet. I think that people should look into it. I think you're doing good work, man. I think you're doing really good work and you're finding stuff that can really help. And I commend you, brother. I commend you. I found some pretty good stuff too. We just got to put it all together, you know. Put it all together. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon.